Hey guys, thank you for watching the SlatRock channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon to get notified every time we post a new video. And if you've already done so, just make sure that it's still active. We all know the 250 plus rumors surrounding WWE's Crown Jewel pay-per-view, so there's no point in talking about them here. Let's go through all the other rumors surrounding WWE. Number 15. Team Corbin vs. Team Kurt Angle. Ever since Baron Corbin took over as the acting general manager of Raw, the Lone Wolf has run roughshod on the WWE. Corbin replaced Kurt Angle and is the hand-picked authority figure by Raw Commissioner Stephanie McMahon. There's a big rumor going around that WWE will not be having their typical Raw vs. SmackDown Live feud at Survivor Series this year, which has been the focus of the November show for the past 2 years. Instead, a Team Corbin vs. Team Angle match is rumored to take place instead, with the captain of the winning team gaining complete control of Monday nights. This rumor gained a lot of mileage when Kurt Angle, wearing a conquistador costume, got the better of Baron Corbin in the ring. It's also been reported that Corbin will win the match, which will allow the gold medalist to return to being a full-time wrestler. Number 14. AJ Lee at Evolution. Seen as one of the pioneers of the women's revolution, AJ Lee has stayed away from the wrestling world since her retirement in 2015. Instead, the former Divas champion has become an author, with Crazy Is My Superpower being released last year. Despite this, Vince McMahon is reportedly very keen on bringing her back for the upcoming Evolution pay-per-view, and allegedly called her himself to negotiate a deal. It will be interesting to see how Stephanie McMahon would react, and most importantly, WWE fans would react when she returns. One thing is for sure, CM Punk chants will start all over again. Number 13. NWO Reunion. In 1996, Hulk Hogan revealed himself to be the third man to the Outsiders, forming the New World Order with Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. The group changed wrestling, bringing in the new idea of heels that fans cheered, with the impact of the historic group still being felt today. Earlier this year, Hogan was reinstated into the WWE Hall of Fame after being removed in 2015 following racist comments made years ago. The decision to reinstate the Hulkster has led many to believe that the group are bound to return to the WWE. However, it's clear to anyone that these three aren't in the best shape, and while they've promised a big surprise this month, it's probably just going to be a signing tour. There is a strong rumor that the NWO would actually run WWE for a couple of weeks. Maybe that'll be interesting. Number 12. Women's Tag Team Division. There are seemingly more female teams than ever in WWE, with groups such as the Bella Twins, the Riot Squad, Boss 'n' Hugs, and the Iconics mixing it up each week. With so many established factions, rumors have circulated that the company will soon be introducing women's tag team titles, an accolade not seen in WWE in 30 years. While many have said the new champions will be crowned at Evolution, we're now less than a month away from the show, and surely a tournament would have been announced by now. If the WWE choose to reintroduce women's tag team titles, they will announce a tournament at the upcoming historic all-female pay-per-view. Number 11. Paige Vanzant to make the jump to WWE. For years, the worlds of MMA and WWE have been close but separate, with the two industries being compared by fans. That divide has since ended, with several MMA stars joining the company, including Ken Shamrock, Brock Lesnar, and Raw Women's Champion Ronda Rousey. The latest potential fighter to add to that list is Paige Vanzant, the UFC fighter who was runner-up on Dancing with the Stars in 2016. With a 7-4 record in UFC, the 12-gauge fighter is clearly a winner and has spoken publicly about joining the WWE. If she joins, she will add a new dynamic to the women's evolution alongside fellow fighters such as Rousey and Shayna Baszler. Number 10. Velveteen Dream CallUp. The former Tough Enough star has been on a wave of momentum since debuting as the bizarre but alluring Velveteen Dream. With his recent tights emblazoned with the message, "Call me up, Vince," many have begun to speculate that the Dream's time to shine on the main roster may be coming soon. To add to the speculation, Triple H said in a post-takeover Brooklyn conference call that he didn't know the Dream was going to have that message on his attire. All of this has only added fuel to the belief that the Dream will be joining Raw or SmackDown Live in the very near future and could be a champion not long after that. Number 9. Brand split coming to an end. In 2016, WWE reinstated the brand split, with Raw and SmackDown Live once again becoming completely separate entities with separate rosters. The division has since narrowed in recent months, with the main roster pay-per-views returning to be dual-branded earlier this year. According to rumors, Vince McMahon wants a stacked roster when the blue brand moves from the USA Network to Fox next year. It's believed that McMahon will end the brand split and put the rosters back together to allow the biggest stars to appear on both Raw, which has always been considered the A show, as well as SmackDown when the show moves to Fox. Number 8. Post-WrestleMania annual releases were avoided due to All In. In 2018, the wrestling world has seemingly traveled back in time, with names like Rhodes and Flair being just as big as they were 30 years ago. On September 1st, Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks held All In, the biggest independent show in history. The show was an absolute triumph, selling out in less than half an hour and featuring several huge stars from wrestling. According to rumors, Vince McMahon decided to forego the annual post-WrestleMania releases to avoid more of his talent appearing at the show. If true, this choice doesn't make WWE look good, as while the company may not have any use for you, it doesn't mean they want you to be a success on your own. Number 7. Big push for the Chosen One. In an interview with Chris Jericho, Drew McIntyre said being released by WWE in 2014 was the best thing that could ever happen to him. The time away certainly allowed the Scotsman to grow as a wrestler, leaving WWE as a boy and returning a man, quickly capturing the NXT Championship. Now on Raw, McIntyre is one half of the tag team champions, but is reported to have more success coming his way. Instead of being punished for saying that today's locker room is far too complacent, both McMahon and Triple H are really high on McIntyre and are contemplating pushing him as the top star on Raw, with a potential reign as Universal Champion on the horizon, a far sight from his time in 3MB. Number 6. Horsewomen collide. In MMA, Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler, Jessamyn Duke, and Marina Shafir refer to themselves as the Four Horsewomen, an obvious nod to the legendary wrestling stable. Now in WWE, it seems a matter of time before the quartet square off against WWE's own Four Horsewomen: Charlotte Flair, Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, and Bayley. While the match would absolutely be a money spinner, there are several obstacles along the way, such as when could such an epic encounter happen? Duke and Shafir are both learning the ropes while Baszler is in NXT, and while the MMA Horsewomen are a united front, the same can't be said for their opponents, with Becky and Flair in a bitter feud for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. Number 5. Vince is mad at Jericho. This rumor boils down to a simple question. How petty does the WWE Universe think Vince McMahon is? Earlier this year, Chris Jericho shocked the wrestling world by facing Kenny Omega at Wrestle Kingdom 12 and by capturing the IWGP Intercontinental Championship from Tetsuya Naito in June. Outside of the squared circle, Jericho has continued his success with his band Fozzy and will be hosting a special 5-day cruise at the end of October. According to reports, Vince McMahon is pretty cheesed off with all of the success Jericho is having outside of WWE. If true, it may be a while before we see Y2J return to the company, which, admittedly, will allow him to spread his wings more in various promotions. Number 4. Vince's interest in signing Bandido. Ever since making an impression by his great work at All In, Bandido has gained a lot of interest from WWE. The company is looking to add more luchadors to the roster and have been scouting Bandido, who's been doing some great work in the independent scene. Bandido was part of an exciting match involving Rey Mysterio, Rey Fenix, and the Golden Bucks at All In, and thrilled fans with his high-flying work. According to rumors, WWE has been impressed with his recent surge and wants to sign him soon. Bandido is doing well in the independent scene but will hardly say no to WWE. If things go smoothly, Bandido could be headed to WWE later this year and debut quite soon. Number 3. Undisputed Era on the main roster. Following the footsteps of The Shield and the Wyatt family, the Undisputed Era have dominated in NXT. Triple H finally has his Four Horsemen-style group, with the former indie stars occasionally appearing on the main roster. With Adam Cole appearing at the Royal Rumble in January and Roderick Strong appearing at the Greatest Royal Rumble, it is clear that the company are very high up on the group. Expect these 4 men to make their presence known on Raw or SmackDown Live in the near future. As for when, it's hard to say, but the group could debut on the Raw after WrestleMania 35, a night of the year which has become synonymous with shocking debuts and historic moments. Number 2. The Rock returning during WrestleMania season. The Rock hasn't been seen in WWE programming for over a year now. He hasn't been able to make it because of scheduling problems. But there have been rumors floating of The Rock negotiating a deal with WWE, which will see him compete at the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania pay-per-views. But there seem to be recent developments in this negotiation as the Saudi Arabia management are trying their best to bring him to their country. Saudi Arabia is planning to pay The Rock $10 million to compete at the planned April show. In that case, WWE might make The Rock win the Universal Championship at WrestleMania and work one more event in the Middle East before he returns to acting. Number 1. AJ Styles vs HBK. Perhaps every wrestling fan would want this dream match to take place, and it looks like this could be a possibility now. According to the latest rumors, Shawn Michaels has agreed to be part of 5 matches, with one of them being against AJ Styles at WrestleMania 35. In fact, AJ Styles even admitted he asked officials about the possibility of facing off against Shawn Michaels, and WWE even recorded the pair talking about it, with HBK saying Styles is a man he'd love to have faced in the ring. Guys, who do you think should go over and why? Share your comments in the comments section. Apart from AJ, HBK is also rumored to face Kevin Owens and an NXT talent likely to be Johnny Gargano. Well guys, that's our list. Can you think of any other WWE rumors that are circulating right now? If so, leave us a comment below and let us know. If you like this video, please check out our previous video with 15 times wrestling promoters put the titles on wrestlers purely out of pity. Also check out our other high-rated videos by clicking in the upper right-hand corner or down in the description field. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+, and as always, thanks for watching.